to 9-hole reviews. Today is slightly different. We're going to look forward at what we're going to do. Yeah, so initially we started with a lot of what we call the classic reviews. And those are the ones that I would narrate, and we would shoot the 9-shot groups to evaluate the specific rifle. And then we would talk about the internals, the history on how it does, very documentary type of video. But there was kind of something missing from those videos back then.
Right. And I think it was probably after we filmed the FAL Paratrooper Classic review, where we were talking specifically about how the sighting system was not the best option for shooting at what the cartridge would have been capable of, out to 500, 600, 700 yards, with the iron sights that were just, basically fixed irons. But how no one would know that just watching our classic review, because we only shoot at 100-yard paper. And that was really I think the inception of where we started to build practical accuracy for the rifles. And I think we were talking about how we wanted to be able to better evaluate the rifle, the weapon system, along with the cartridge, and then finally plugging in how the shooter interacted with that system and that cartridge, the experience, the training, and so on. The
system design, the cartridge design, and the shooter's interactions and capabilities with the rifle, yes. But then the most important thing, I mean, because these things weren't designed to be shot at 100 yards at a lollipop size group. We're talking about these things being shot at variable distances with variable wind conditions and variable environmentals. And that was the biggest thing, is how these 3 points are designed to combat those environmentals and whether the rifle succeeds or fails in doing so, right? But the problem that we experienced then was that, we're talking mostly about rifles right now. And this is quickly turning into a pure rifle channel. So,
and that's not all that we want to do with the channel.
No, we've already done the P7, we've already done the Ruger Mark IV. So there's also the pistol varieties that we especially you have experience in.
So in terms of where we want to potentially shift focus slightly, or at least expand focus, we want to start looking at the pistol calibers in general, whether they're an SMG platform, a PCC platform, in a standard handgun, as well as shotguns. Basically, firearms that operate most efficiently inside of 100 yards, and then, to be more exact, inside of 50 yards. And to Henry's point, an area where I'll hopefully be able to bring more expertise to the channel.
We're excited to show you the year upcoming on what we'd have going on. So shall we?
Yeah. We're introducing practical accuracy, short range, close range. We're introducing time as the core competitor for those different elements and aspects. Namely, a la USPSA or IPSC competition style shooting, we're bringing in timed scoring as part of this particular session.
Well, I mean, because if you think of it, right, if we're talking about rifle practical accuracy, we're evaluating what the rifle was designed for. These things were not designed for a 500-yard shot.
No, or pinpoint accuracy shooting.
But they were designed for maneuverability, quick shots at a close distance, trying to negotiate obstacles and still being able to put shots on target at a certain distance.
And that's exactly what we're going to try to evaluate with these different systems, whether again they be pistols, rifles, SBRs, SMGs, shotguns, what have you.
So let's look at a couple firearms that we have on hand that we're looking forward to filming. You ready for this? Ruger Mark 422 suppressed. The next, the Beretta M9 suppressed, just like the Boondock Saints. And the next, the VC61 Club, suppressed. And the next, that's right, the big brother, the CZ Scorpion Evo 3, suppressed. Yes, suppressed. And the next, yes, the WEBLEY Mark 6. And the next, yes, the Stormtrooper Blaster, aka the Sterling Submachine Gun. I hope you hit better than a Stormtrooper with this. And I suppose that is all we have for pistol PCC, or pistol PCC close quarters practical accuracy.
Why don't we check out some of what we've got coming down for rifles? Woo! So, those rifles.
Those rifles.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
FINNISH M39 MOSIN.
Redeeming itself.
On to the next. The G3 clone, the PTR 91. Next, the SCAR 17, most heavily requested.
Yes, indeed.
All right, and our final entry, Karabiner 98 Kurz Scharfschützengewehr. Yeah! And that is what we've got so far on deck for 2019 Rifle PA.
That's right.
And I want to emphasize here, this is an expansion of what this channel is trying to do and what we're trying to do in terms of producing quality content. It will not be a replacement of the things that many of you guys have told us that you really like, i.e. the rifle practical accuracy or the classic reviews. This is just going to be an expansion of the content.
Yes, I will be the first one to protest if Rifle PA were to go anywhere. We'd like to thank everyone for your support so far. The project itself has been phenomenal. We've learned a whole lot about both ourselves and the systems that we've shot. Looking forward to close quarters practical accuracy.
Yeah.
And yeah, until then, see you guys on the range.
This is 096, 4 Vic, 8 packs, red con 1, green to green. How copy, over?
096, this